Fawn was depressed that Susie died to the incident and sitting on Susie's grave. Susie, I miss you so much, why would Cole do that? He gets mad because of Cole the bully, and gets up for the adventure. I'll be right back, I won't forget you. He walks away, and having for the adventure. And now, the sequel of the alternate universe has started. Fawn turns around and sees Fala. Fala? Is that really you? Fawn's eyes light up, his earlier sorrow softening as he rushes to Fala, pulling her into a tight hug. Fala, I didn't think I'd see you again. Not after everything, Susie, Cole, it's all been too much. He pulls back slightly, still holding her hands, voice trembling but hopeful. But you're here, you're really here. Does that mean we can do this together? Fawn squeezes her hands, a determined spark flaring in his eyes as he nods. Then let's move. For Susie, and for us. He takes a deep breath, stepping forward with Fala at his side, the weight of grief slowly lifting with each step. The wind picks up, rustling the trees as they head down the overgrown path leading out of town. Stay close, he says softly. I don't know what's waiting out there, but as long as we're together, I'm not afraid. Follows Fala, taking in the familiar grounds of the gunfighting area. Memories come rushing back, bittersweet now that Susie isn't there. Yeah, this is it. He scans the area, noticing the absence of people, the once boisterous arena eerily empty. Seems quiet. Too quiet. Vietnamese user, confusion mixing with his determination. What do you mean? She's with me. We're together. Fawn wraps an arm around Fala, holding her close with a protective spark in his eyes. Yeah, and she's coming with me. Where I go, she goes. We're in this together, no matter what. He gives the Vietnamese user a firm but respectful nod. Rules can change, but what matters is who stands by you when things get tough. A sigh of relief, grateful for the flexibility in the rules. He turns back to Fala, squeezing her hand reassuringly. Guess they've made an exception for us. But you should probably stay close, just to be safe. He looks at the Vietnamese user gratefully. Thanks for understanding, man. We're good here. He leads Fala towards the waiting ring, adrenaline pounding in his veins. Guidelines. He turns to Fala, ensuring she's listening too. Got it. Don't shoot our teammates, no toxicity, be nice. Sniper unlocks at level 15, and girls have to be with their partners. Seems straightforward enough. He adjusts his stance, eyeing the range with a mixture of determination and anticipation. We're good to go. Fawn flashes a determined smile, giving the Vietnamese user a thumbs up. Thanks. I'll make it count. He turns to Fala, voice softer but full of fire. Let's show 'em what we've got. Fawn chuckles softly, squeezing her hand reassuringly. I'm stronger when I have you by my side, babe. His focus turning back to the range, his determination flares. Now let's do this. Fawn's eyes narrow as he spots Cole and the useless guy teaming up on the other side. His grip on Fala's hand tightens a fraction. He takes a deep breath, bracing himself. That's Cole. He used to pick on me, and unfortunately, that guy's with him. He nods toward the useless guy. They're trouble. A wave of anger and grief washes over Fawn as the memory hits him, but he masks it quickly, not wanting Fala to see his vulnerability. He shakes it off, steeling himself against the flood of emotions. We've got this, he says firmly. We just need to stay focused and not let them get to us. He gives her hand another squeeze, drawing strength from her presence. Fawn nods, his eyes narrowing with determination. Yeah, they're going down. He picks up his gun, checking the magazine and taking aim. His heart pounds in his chest, but it's not just fear. It's anger, a burning desire for justice that fuels the adrenaline pumping through his veins. You got my back, babe? He asks, glancing at Fala. As they began fighting against Cole and the useless guy, Fawn's movements were controlled but aggressive. Every shot he fired was aimed with precision, his aim sharp as ever. He could hear Cole's taunts and insults through the chaos, but he blocked them out, determined to focus on the battle. Fala by his side, he felt like they stood a chance. We're doing good, he said, his voice strained but resolved. Keep fighting. Fawn's eyes widen as he sees Cole stagger back from the headshot. A perfect hit. Yes, Fala, you're amazing. He grins, pride glowing in his eyes. One down. He quickly takes cover as useless guy starts firing wildly, yelling in panic. Don't get cocky yet, babe. We still got one left. Stay sharp. Fawn grimaces as he hears the announcer's warning. Crap, they still have respawns. Gotta be smart about this. We can do it. He ducks back into cover, turning to Fala. His eyes are intense, focused. We gotta coordinate, pick our shots carefully, and don't let them get too close. We're a team. We can take these bastards down. Ready? He smirks, reloading his weapon with swift precision. Then let's make it count. When they respawn, we hit them harder. The air crackles with tension as red smoke begins to swirl where the enemy will return. Here they come. Fawn watches in awe as Fala takes down Cole with ruthless precision. His grin widens, respect flaring in his eyes. That was sick. Nice move, babe. He peeks out from cover, watching for useless guys respawn. Fawn's eyes widen as Fala's skills skyrocket, taking down Cole and Useless Guy one shot, one after the other. Fala, damn, you're insane. He steps out of cover, amazement on his face. That was badass. He shakes his head, grinning. You're unbelievable, you know that? The sound of Useless Guy's outrage fills the air as he respawns again, just in time for a new round to start. Alright, ready for another round, babe? Fawn asks, taking cover. Let's finish these bastards for good this time. Fawn lets out a breathless laugh, dropping his weapon and pulling Fala into a tight hug. We did it, babe. We actually did it. He lifts her slightly off the ground, spinning her once before setting her back down, grinning like he hasn't in ages. All because of you. That final shot? Legendary. You're legendary. He glances at Cole and Useless Guy lying defeated in the dust, not dead, but humbled, and feels something inside him finally settle. For Susie, we won. Fawn grins back, still feeling the rush of victory coursing through his veins. Believe it, he says, holding her hands tightly. We kicked ass. For Susie. He glances at Cole and Useless Guy again, feeling a sense of satisfaction. They won't mess with us again. Fawn blinks in surprise as the form of Susie appears, eyes widening. As Susie? He reaches out like he's afraid she'll disappear, disbelief written across his face. Fawn's expression hardens as Susie mentions Cole. Yeah, I remember. His grip on Fala's hand tightens reflexively. He's quiet for a moment, then looks up at Susie. Why are you here? Here with me? Fawn's eyes widen as he looks at Fala, then back at Susie. You? Trained her? His voice softens, filled with awe and gratitude. Then that means you brought her to me? Not just as a partner, but as a fighter? As someone who could stand beside me? He turns to Fala, his heart swelling. You were with her all along. Fawn looks between Fala and Susie, his heart swelling with emotion. A soft smile forms on his face. So that's how it happened. You didn't just come into my life by chance. He gently squeezes Fala's hand, then turns back to Susie, voice full of quiet reverence. Thank you, for protecting her, for guiding her to me. I didn't think I'd ever feel hope again after losing you. But now I see, you're still watching over us. He lifts his head, resolve burning in his eyes. And we'll keep fighting. Together. Fawn's breath hitches as Susie wraps her arms around him. He freezes for a second, her touch feels warm, real, even if fleeting. Susie. Then, he hugs her back tightly, eyes squeezing shut like he's trying to freeze the moment in time. A single tear slips down his cheek. I missed you so much. I'm sorry I couldn't protect you. When they pull apart, his voice is soft but steady. But I've got Fala now. And I promise, I won't let anything happen to her. Fawn nods reluctantly, watching Susie with a mix of longing and acceptance. He's torn between wanting her to stay and knowing it's time to let go. Yeah, it has been. He takes a deep breath, trying to steady his emotions. When he speaks, his voice cracks with a touch of sadness yet determination. You take care, okay? And thanks for everything. Even if we don't see each other again, you made a difference. Always. Fawn blinks, watching the space where Susie was standing just moments ago. A pang of loss clenches his heart. It felt like saying goodbye to a part of himself. He takes a deep breath, trying to shake it off. She's really gone. He turns to Fala, forcing a small smile. There's a note of sadness in his eyes, but also determination. He reaches out and takes her hand, squeezing it tightly. You okay, babe? Yeah. Let's go explore. Fawn gives Fala's hand a gentle squeeze, stepping forward with renewed purpose. The weight of grief still lingers, but it's no longer crushing. It's fuel. Where to first, partner? He asks, glancing back at her with a soft smile. New paths, new fights, maybe even new friends. Together, they walk into the unknown. Side by side, stronger for what they've survived. Fawn glances back one last time at the fading light where Susie vanished, then forward to the vast, uncharted map ahead. The wind brushes through the trees, carrying a whisper of what's to come. Episode 2, huh? Feels like we're just getting started. He tightens his grip on Fala's hand, a spark of adventure glowing in his eyes. Whatever comes next, we face it together. To be continued.